Hi there, Rob Green here, and I'm the president of Ad Response Communications. We're a digital marketing agency that specializes in working with dentists and orthodontists to help them get more patients using the internet. Now, we primarily do this by getting high rankings and dominating the search results on the real Google search engine. So in this quick video, I'm going to show you exactly why 7-Day Dental is outranking and basically stealing all the traffic from Google, and basically why they're outranking the other dental practices and how you can beat them. The exact things you need to do to be able to beat them. Okay, so without further ado, here is the Google search results for the term dentist Anaheim. So I was looking at dentist Anaheim, Anaheim dentist, all those primary big money keywords when it comes to a dental practice. Okay, so the first thing I found is that the first few listings here are actually all directories. So it's Yelp, Yellow Pages, White Pages. And then after that, we get down to what we call the 7 box of Google Places listings. So 7 local listings with the name, address, phone number, all that jazz. So as we can see, the first ranked page is actually 7-Day Dental. And if we go a few spots down, number 4 is also 7-Day Dental. It's a different one of their locations. And if we scroll down past these local listings, the first organic listing of a dental practice is again 7-Day Dental's website. And then if that wasn't enough, when we get down to the very bottom of the page, there is 7-Day Dental's other location as well. So when we come to this big term like Dentist Anaheim, 4 of the spots on that page are all controlled by 7-Day Dental, and all of that traffic and those new patients are going to them. So like I said, I'm going to show you exactly what they're doing and how you can beat them. So let's first take a look at their website. So this is 7-Day Dental's website. It's really nothing special. It's nothing special to look at. The graphics are not that pretty. The website in general is not that compelling. And to be honest, I bet they have a long way they could go with their conversion rate. But because of the fact they're ranking so well, right, they're the top number 1 in Google Places and all that, they are likely getting a ton of traffic, and even with not a great website, that's going to be resulting in a lot of new patients. Okay, so without further ado, let's move forward, and I'll show you behind the scenes what's going on. So first things first, I wanted to find out how are they doing when it comes to their on-page SEO, so on-page search engine optimization, what's happening on their website. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? So I brought up, this is actually a tool on Moz.com. It's a website grader. It tells us how good is their on-page optimization. So as we can see here, they're getting a B, okay? So a B is pretty solid when it comes to a local term like this, but we can easily beat them. Now, this page actually breaks it down and shows us not every, but a ton of the actual key factors on a page, which ones they have, and again, which ones they don't. But let me just skip forward for a second. I'm going to come back to this when I show you what you can do to beat them. But let's just remember they have an on-page grade of B, okay? Now, when Google looks at what page it wants to rank, it doesn't only look at what's going on your website. It looks also at basically what is going on off your website. So what links are pointing in from other web pages online to your website. Okay, so I brought up another tool. This is actually Majestic SEO. And I ran a report on 7-Day Dental. And as we can see, 7-Day Dental has 451 backlinks. So 451 pages on the internet are linking back to 7-Day Dental. Now, those links are actually coming from a total of 134 different websites. Okay, so if we look at it, they have a page grade of B, and they've got almost 500 links, okay? So if we imagine this, we've got those two pieces. Now, what these links actually do is they help to increase your website's what's called domain authority. So let's take a look here. Here's another tool. This is actually Open Site Explorer from Moz, and it tells us what your domain authority is, right here, the 19 out of 100, and what your page authority is here, which is 30 out of 100. So, basically, if we think of these guys here, they have a domain authority of 19 out of 100. That's not that great. They've got a on-page grade of B, okay? Again, not stellar. Okay, and they've only got 500 backlinks pointing to them, making that domain authority of 19 and the page authority of 30. So in order to beat them, what we need to do, we need better on-page SEO. If we can get a grade of A, that's fantastic. Secondly, we need a domain authority that's above 19, okay? And in order to get that, we're going to need to get more than 450 backlinks. Now, it's not quite that simple. There's a few other factors, but if you really boil it down, those are the primary things we need to do. Okay, so let's dive a little bit closer, a little bit deeper into this on-page grader, because I promised you I'll show you exactly what you can do to beat them. Okay, so let's look at the big important things. Okay, critical factor here they're saying, okay? And that is that we want to make sure our keyword is in our title tag of the page. Nice and simple. Accessible to search engines, your site should be. There should be no reason why it's not. Avoid keyword stuffing, so we don't want to have our keyword too many times in our page. This says avoid keyword stuffing in the page title. They actually have the keyword too many times in their page title, and that actually could be hurting them. So by only having it once or twice, we'll probably one-up them a little there. Let's skip down here. We want to make sure we have the exact keyword in the page title. We want to make sure that we have, let's not worry about canonical URLs right now. Let's look at avoiding the keyword stuffing in the URL. We want to make sure our keyword is somewhere on the page. We want to have our keyword in an image alt tag, which they don't have, so again, somewhere we can beat them. Keyword in the meta description. We want to make sure we've got a good amount of content on the page. There you can see they do. And as we go down, we've got using the keyword in the URL. That works well. Depending on your domain name, you could use this, depends. We want to have our meta description and all of that. Now we get down to some lower importance things. But if we can hit the primary things they're doing right and beat them on a few of these other things, if we could get our keyword in the URL, if we could actually get our keywords in our image alt tags, as well as not over-optimize or stuff our keyword title, we actually may be able to raise ourselves above, maybe a high B, or even get ourselves to an A on just some of those primary factors. There's going to be a few other ones, but this gives you a little bit of a starting point. I want to make sure you've got a starting point of moving forward. Now, the other thing we need to do, we need to raise our domain authority above 19. So we're going to need to get some links, okay? So we need to get some links from other high authority sites. So the way to know, go to a website, take their URL, plug it in here, and it'll tell you what the domain authority is. And you want sites that have got a high domain authority. Think like 30, 40, 50, even upwards of, going up to even 100 on some of those big ones, okay? And you want to get links from them, and we're probably going to need somewhere in the neighborhood of 134 or so websites linking back to us, and we want to keep that consistent and continue to raise that number, okay? So those are the primary things you can do. Increase your on-page as well as increase your domain authority. Now, if you're interested in learning exactly what you can do to beat 7-Day Dental in your specific case, talk about your practice and your website specifically, give me a shout, okay? Again, my name's Rob Green. Give me a shout, 1-877-291-8631. I'd love to chat with you on the phone, and if we end up doing some business together, I can help you. That's fantastic. If not, you'll at least leave the call with some really solid ideas of what you can do to move forward to beat 7-Day Dental. Now, I did one more thing, okay? So this is the research I did, but I did one more thing. I wanted to make sure that my research I was doing was correct, and that we would be able to quite easily beat your competition there online. So I actually took a video and picked a medium competition keyword, which was Invisalign. And we took that, and we actually took a video, and we ranked it here #1 in the organic search results for Anaheim Invisalign. I think it's #2 for Invisalign Anaheim. As you can see, we've got our paid ads above. The very first organic listing is our video right there. So We know we can beat them. We've actually proved it by taking the video and ranking it, so we know what it's going to take. And, as you can see, those are some of the steps you can do to actually beat them. Go take a look at the video. We're already getting traffic to it. And I'd love to replace that video ultimately with a dental practices as opposed to mine. But, right now it's sitting there. So, like I said, give me a shout. Let's talk about your specific situation. Again, Rob Green, 1-877-291-8631. Thanks for watching, and you have a fantastic day.